I'm getting curtain bangs tomorrow, so I'm about to be a changed woman. Hello everybody, welcome back to Making It Up and welcome to another Declutter With Me video. I started this series about a little over a month ago, I think, where I decluttered my base products, so all my concealers, foundations, and primers. I'll leave that down below for you if you haven't watched it yet, but I wanted to keep the ball rolling. So today we're going to be decluttering again, and this time I'm going to be decluttering my bronzer and contour products. Now I don't have an overwhelming amount of bronzers and contours, but I do have more than I need. There are things that have been in my collection for way too long that need to leave, and again, there are things that I just don't use that could go to better homes. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna go through everything with you, and we're gonna decide what needs to be tossed and what can stay in my collection. So if you feel like joining me in my decluttering adventures, make sure to keep watching because we're about to get messy with the bronzer and contours. Okay, let's go. Okay, so I'm starting out with my contour products. I really don't have a lot of contour products. I don't do a lot of contour in my day-to-day life. First things first, we have the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Contour in Light. I loved this to death. It's really cool tone. It's broken though, so I'm not gonna keep it, but yeah, it was like a perfect contouring shade for a lighter skin, so it worked perfectly on my skin when I wanted to go for something that's more glam and stuff, and I wanted to do more like heavy contouring. This was really good. It had a highlighter in there that I didn't really love, so I never used it, but this is shattered. I don't reach for it ever, so this is leaving. Next, I have another. This is so old. This is Kiko Milano. What is the name of this? Strobe and Sculpt contour thing. This is very, very old. I think it's gone bad. I was kind of playing with it and it's hardened. It was like a cream to powder kind of thing. The highlighter was super reflective and pretty. The contour was a great mix of like cool tone and warm tone, and it worked really nicely. I really liked it. This is discontinued, most probably because it's very old. Shouldn't have it in my collection. It's definitely gone bad, so this one is also leaving. Up next, I have this Makeup Forever Pro Sculpting Duo. I got this when I went to makeup school. It was in my kit that they gave me at makeup school, and I never really used it because this is in the shade 2, and I'm definitely like 100% sure this is for people who have a darker skin tone, so I've barely even touched it. I don't really use it in my kit. I feel like the highlighter is a little bit too much and the contour is too warm to be a contour. It's more of a bronzer, so I don't have it in my kit. I don't use it personally, but I've barely touched it, and the product is good still. It's a really good formula, so I think I'm giving it to someone who has a deeper skin tone than me, maybe my sister or a friend. So, for my last powder contour, I have the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Contouring Palette in Dulce de Leche. This one, oh my god, it's also old. It was a recommendation from Kathleen Lights, and as you can see, I have dented it. I love it a lot. I never really use this side much, but the contour side, I kind of use it as a bronzer, where you use it to bronze and contour because it is a little bit cool tone, but it isn't like gray. So it's perfect for that. It is really affordable and it's lasted me for ages. I still reach for this when I want something a little more intense, so I think I'm keeping it even though it's old. It doesn't smell bad or anything, so I'm gonna keep this one. It's a really good one. If you're looking for something at the drugstore, bang for your buck. And then we move on to creams. The first one I have here is a Colourpop Sculpting Stick in New Renaissance, I think that's the name of it. I don't know, it's not even focusing. So this was like a random collection, I believe, and the shade is like completely bad for my skin tone. It's really like chocolatey brown. It's not a contour at all. I've barely reached for it and I don't know why I still have it in my collection. So this one's definitely going. Again, discontinued product. I don't think Colourpop makes sculpting sticks. Very unnecessary product. Next, I have my Armani A Contour in 20. This, you guys know I love this. This is the perfect like sheer contour for no makeup days, or if you're just wanting to layer your contour and bronzer. I love this so much. I reach for it so much. It's my #1 contouring product. I'm definitely keeping this one, no doubt. And then I have another Wet n Wild product. This is the Mega Glow Dual Ended Contour Stick. I honestly don't know why I have this. The contour has the little white things on it already, so that probably tells me it's not good. I never use this. I never once reached for this. I honestly don't know how I got in my collection, but I do not use it. Contour shade is all wrong for contour, and the highlight, I don't. Never reached for this. It's gone bad. I can't gift it to someone else. I'm just gonna have to throw it out. Last but not least, I have this super cute contour stick from Tony Moly. This is the Bling Cat Shine Up Shading Stick. It's in the shade 1. It's like the lightest shade. I got this when I was in Korea, but it is perfect for my skin. It is a very light grayish contour. I like this actually. I like it a lot. And it's kind of like a memento of the time I went to Korea when we could still travel and when COVID hadn't fucked everything up. So I'm keeping it. It's a good product, but it's mostly like cute and it reminds me of my trip. So this one is staying. Okay, so here are all the contour products that are leaving my collection. I'm only keeping 3 and I'm getting rid of 5. So I think that's great. Most of them are going to the trash. A few of them are going to people who might appreciate them more than I do, but yeah, I'm really happy. This is great progress and we're just getting started. It's time to tackle the bronzers. This is a little bit crazy. I definitely have a ton of bronzers. I don't use all of them. The first one right here, oh hey, you can kind of see me. It's the Fenty Beauty Butter Biscuit Cream Bronzer. I haven't even had this for a year and it's amazing. It's one of my favorites. Formula is great. I love the shade because again, I can bronze and contour kind of at the same time. This isn't entirely warm. It has a little bit of coolness in there. Did I just dip my nail into it? Anyways, this is really good. The formula is great. If you're looking for a good cream bronzer, this is awesome, and there are a lot of shades that'll suit a lot of different skin tones. So this one is definitely staying. Next I have this like weird Do the Hoola by Benefit sample. This product has been discontinued. This is a liquid bronzer and I don't know how I came to this product, this mini. I kind of used it a little bit, but it's entirely too warm for my skin. So I didn't continue to use it and it's probably a little too old to be in my collection. So this one is leaving. And then I have my tried and true Milk Makeup Baked Bronzer. I have a mini size here that I basically used up completely. There's just a little bit left there, but I don't know why I'm holding on to this. This needs to go. And then obviously we have my full size. I love this, okay? I've had this for way too long to be considered safe, but I'm still keeping it. You know what? I'm still keeping it. It doesn't smell funky. It doesn't look funky. It still performs really well. I'm gonna keep using it until it actually goes bad because this is huge. I'm never gonna use it up. It's one of my favorite bronzer formulas ever. It is so nice. It's a cream. It is very easy to blend. It's long lasting, but it gives, it gives your skin a healthy look, brings it back to life, and I love it so much. So this one is staying. Okay, let's move on to powders. First one I have here is a tiny sample, and this is nasty, of the NARS Laguna bronzer. I actually really enjoyed this back in the day. I love to take it traveling with me. Laguna is a really, really good bronzer, but it's not my favorite. I don't reach for it anymore. It's entirely too old to be in my collection. The packaging is disgusting. This has to go straight to the trash. But Laguna is a good bronzer. I really enjoyed it. It's perfect if you have light skin because it's just gonna give you that, that radiant glow, but it's also gonna sculpt your skin a little because it has a little bit of shimmer, so it's kind of like a 2-in-1. I need to put this down. Ew. Moving on, I have my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer and my backup of the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I obviously love this. I've hit pan. The packaging is trash. It doesn't even close, but I still love this. I love the scent of this. I have, I think, the lightest shade. Their shade range isn't that great, but the shade works really, really well for me. The formula is so, so good. It's literally like butter. Okay, there's no other way to explain it. It feels like butter. It smells amazing. It glides onto the skin so well, and it's a drugstore bronzer, even though it's a little expensive to be a drugstore bronzer, but it's lasted me a really, really long time, and I thought when I hit pan I was gonna use it up completely. That's why I got a backup, but I'm still working through it. So, I'm keeping this one and this one because I haven't even cracked into this one yet. Another product repeat is my Makeup Forever Pro Bronze Fusion Bronzer. I thought they were discontinuing this, so I have a backup because again, I've had this for a really long time and I hit pan on it and I was like, oh my god, I need a backup right now because if they discontinue this, I am gonna die. They aren't discontinuing it. It's back in the market, but maybe they reformulated it or something because it wasn't here for a while. This is amazing. Most unique bronzer I have ever used. Again, it's lasted me so long. It's a little expensive. I think it's just under $40, so that's a little expensive for a bronzer, but it's lasted me years. It hasn't gone bad, and I love this because it's the weirdest formula ever. It's kind of like a gel formula. It has no kickback. It doesn't feel like a powder, but it is pigmented and it will give you like Like it does give you pigment. It is very long lasting. It is so nice on the skin, but it doesn't look powdery. If you've been here for a while, you know I love this bronzer because I used to use it all the time until I thought they were discontinuing it. So I'm definitely keeping this and my backup because they're my babies. I'm also keeping the Benefit Hoola bronzer. This is a classic. Another one that I've had for ages and I cannot seem to use up. This one is also very old, but it still performs well. It doesn't smell bad. It doesn't give my skin any, issues. So I'm definitely keeping this one. This is another great investment. It's another one of those bronzers that you can kind of contour with it depending on your skin tone because it isn't entirely warm tone. So it's more of a neutral tone and I really, really love it. It's lasted a long time and I think I'm never gonna go through it before it actually goes bad. So this one is staying. Up next, I have this Becca Gradient Sunlit Bronzer in Sunrise Waves. This is a product that's been discontinued that I have barely even swatched. Like, I bought this because it was on sale at Sephora. It's kind of like a mix between a bronzer and a highlighter, and it's kind of meant to give you like a highlighty bronze, but it's entirely too shimmery. Like, this will be a beautiful highlighter on deeper skin tones. It's entirely too shimmery to be a bronzer for me, so I don't love it. Becca has beautiful, beautiful formulas, so I think I'm gonna give this to someone else because it's virtually untouched. I've only ever swatched it. I never even tried it on my skin because I was like, no, this shimmer is not going anywhere near my cheeks. You're cute. Thankfully, I got you on sale because I never used you. Next, I have my Maybelline City bronzer. So this is a bronzer and contour powder. This is the shade 100. I think it's the lightest shade, and this is so good. This is definitely a cooler tone, so it's more of a contour than a bronzer, but when you apply it on your skin, it doesn't look entirely cool tone, so I do like to bronze contour with it. It is really, really nice when I am super pale, like right now, because it's wintering and my skin hasn't seen the sun. The formula is very good as well. Like, this is very light, very, very light, and they don't have a huge shade range, but this one works for me. It is very affordable. It is such a good one. It's more of a newer product because I think I've only had it for less than a year, so I am not getting rid of this. I actually really enjoy it. It's a great bronzer, and if you're looking for something from the drugstore that works as a bronzer contour, you guys, this one is so good. Up next, I have the Sephora Micro Smooth powder. This is not a bronzer. This is supposed to be a face powder, but it's too dark for me. It's more for medium skin, and I was using it as a bronzer and I was like, yeah, I'll just keep it and use it as a bronzer. I really don't need it, so I think I'm giving this to my sister because it suits her skin better and she can use it as powder because this is just, it's stupid to keep it as a bronzer when I already have actual bronzers. This powder is really nice if you have drier skin. It is such a smooth powder and it gives you a little bit of radiance while setting your skin, so it's a beautiful powder. I really don't need it, and I know my sister's gonna love it. So we're down to the last two. I have my Lila Be Sunkissed bronzer. This is a weapon. This, honestly, it's so heavy that you could use it for self-defense, and I really like it. I don't reach for this nearly enough. Again, it's more of a shimmery bronzer, and I like that there are two tones in here, but the shimmers aren't intimidating. They don't feel highlighty. They're just radiant on my cheeks, and I really, really like that. I think this is a perfect bronzer for summer, but I have not used it, and I really want to use it because this was very expensive, and honestly, I don't think I could ever part ways with it because of the packaging. Like, the product is really nice, but the packaging just, oof, it kills me. I love seeing this whenever I open my drawer and this is there. I'm like, oh, my pebble. I love you. Please remind me to use it more because I honestly neglect this product, but I love it. Last but not least, I have this bronzer I got like a year ago in Australia. This is the Natio Desert Sands Semi-Matte Bronzer. I think I used this in a first impressions video, and honestly, I was like, no, I didn't love it. I did not love it. Like, the color is nice and everything, but this is entirely too shimmery. Again, it's kind of like the Becca one. It doesn't look like it would be too shimmery, but it is, and I can't stand it. I cannot stand it. I haven't reached for this since I used it a year ago, and honestly, why would I keep it if it's not working for me? I think it needs to go to a better home where someone might actually appreciate it. So it's leaving my collection. Goodbye. Okay, so for bronzers, I am definitely keeping more than I am giving away or getting rid of, but these are just things that I don't use. The others are honestly products that I reach for and I rotate, so I think I'm good with these. These are definitely products that I don't need, and I'm very excited to clear these. I know it's very few products, but I know it's gonna clear space in my collection. I just know it, so I am VV happy. Okay, so this is everything that I'm keeping, and it looks like a lot, but honestly, I think I'm getting rid of about the same amount of things. So I think that's a win, honestly. I definitely don't need to buy any more products, so I'm gonna put this in the drawer where I keep all my cheek stuff, and I'm just gonna enjoy the fact that there's some space to roam around. I'm not gonna try to fill it up. There are products that I actually reach for, that I actually use and love, and I'm excited to be getting rid of some that are definitely too old or that are going to better homes. Okay, we are officially done. That feels like a weight lifted off my shoulders. Oh my god, I feel so much better now. Even the sun's coming out a little bit. The power of decluttering. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed that as much as I just did. Had a blast. I hope you did too. If you have any other products that you think I should declutter next, because I'm gonna continue doing this. I'm gonna keep on decluttering until my collection is looking ideal. So let me know what I should declutter next in the comments below, and obviously stay tuned for that video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. You guys know how it is. And if you're into super easy and real makeup and beauty content like what you saw today, and make sure to subscribe. It helps me out a lot with the YouTube algorithm and stuff. So yeah, if you feel like doing so, the button is down there and you know what to do. You can find me on Instagram at makingitupbyisa. As always, all the links are gonna be down there, so make sure to check me out if you're into seeing more of my day-to-day life and a few product recommendations. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you had a blast. I know I did, and I can't wait till we can do this again. Bye, everybody. Mwah!